There's what I haven't gotten you for quite a while. How is it? Almost 6 o'clock. I was waiting for that to come in. It's in. So, there we go. And I swear it gets higher every morning. Yesterday morning at 5 o'clock, it was over here. Morning before at 5 o'clock, it was over here. Sometimes you wonder how the moon works. But there it is. Been a while since I've taken a moment and just set up here. Big travelers going, little travelers, it's pointed the wrong direction, can't see it. But the big one's going. Came up to check it. And actually when I got it put out, when I got back to the bike, I had a cow and a calf within about a foot of the bike. But these three ladies, they've all come right up to say good morning to me. Dang flies on them. Not too bad yet this morning, but... And I'm sitting here talking with these ladies, watching Piper Doug's video from this morning. He's got some cattle oilers that he loves, and he just got a new one, and video about putting it up and how they work. I'm not done watching it yet. I'm almost done though, but I wanted to get these girls before they got too far away. So Bauman Cattle Oilers, look up his video. I might even share that one on the community page. We'll see. I probably will. What the heck. So a few clouds this morning, but they popped up late. Pretty heavy dew. We got to get up and get that last little patch done. Then I'll feel so much better. And dang it, BCP Farming and Trucking put a video up this morning too. I haven't got to that yet, Brendan. I'm working my way there. He mentioned he was about done. Well, his video says they are done. So, as far as baling, he beat us. I think he's got more hay than we got, but I think we covered about the same amount of acres to get it. That's the sad thing. So, anyway, I really want to get that patch done today and just get it all in. Get started on the rest of those big bales, getting them in. I mean, but I figure there's about 4 loads, but the problem is one place that's got, I'll only get 2 loads on the semi off, but there's going to be 2 or 3 loads on the little truck, so. And access into the field is not good. People put the burn pile in the wrong place. That's right where we go through with the truck. That's assuming I don't have to go trim a bunch of crap to get in. But anyway, I figured I'd get you a little bit of these girls out here. And they're all the way back there. There's a whole bunch the other side of the hump. Oh yeah, sun's made it up there. So we'll see what the day really brings. And Brooke and Matt are trying to finish getting all their stuff moved out of their apartment and up on the hill up at Maury's today. So that's going to be a big relief for them. I mean, God, it's amazing how things can go to shit so quick. They moved in there just almost a year ago. And, I mean, the place was one of the nicest apartment setups I've ever seen. You know, not that I go frequent them, but, you know, growing up, I had friends that lived in apartments. And it put a lot of the nice ones from 30 or 40 years ago to shame. And, you know, basically no crime around them. Really nice neighborhood. And now it's just flat gone to shit. I mean, next week they'll probably have tents packed up in front of everybody's apartment or something by the looks of it. That's how it's going so quick. I don't get it, people. I really don't. Gives you that WTF thought. Well, I can't see the screen, but hopefully you can see the camera. That's what we did. This is the bolt to a stiffener. Had to drill that hole, and I know the bracket isn't sitting square because it's got a little tweak in it. Had to tweak it out a little bit. Then zip tied the wire up in the corner and ran it across. Had to add on to it, so it's 14.2 that I added on with. And for lack of anything else, it's actually spliced into the wire to the fan. It's spliced just underneath where the wire goes in down there. She says it's in the right place. I mean, center would be nice, but in the center you'd be looking at that and you wouldn't see shit. So anyway, that's on there. It was just on with hose clamps on the big baler. And then I was thinking it was only a power wire and it got it ground through the bracket. No, it's like freaking, must be 30 gauge wire. Tiny shit. But anyway, the fan, I'm not going to go over it. The fan is plugged in about right here. And the mag switch that turns it on and off is plugged in about the same place, and the relay is also right there. And that way, you don't need it if the door's open. If the door's open, the fan shuts off, so it's the camera. Big deal. And that way they're on together, instead of having hooked to the light switch like I had on the big baler. But anyway, that's done. Hell, it's damn near 11 o'clock. I think we're going to get a set of rakes hooked up, and we're going to go up and play real soon. And we don't know what's going on today. It's kind of overcast, and I swear to God we heard some pretty good rumble of thunder a little bit ago. So who knows? God, looks like somebody's drunk when they parked these. But hey, they got in here. So now we're going to go use them. County grader left here yesterday. Apparently the oil truck followed it. You gotta love this. They wait until, this late in the summer. The road was damn near impassable because it was all washboards all the way up the hill. And they finally do this to shut out the dust and hold the road. And, yeah. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow you go. It still makes a big freaking mess. I don't get it. Oh yeah, and the grader pushed everything off into the ditch, all the gravel. And I see they're going here. Saw them go by a little while ago. Don't see nobody around though. And then they'll get over here and then they'll come down and do a cross from our shop. Well, I'm done. That's the best window over there. Of course, had the heavier stuff along the timber. Corners aren't too awful bad, but I made it so it pretty much has windows she can see. And yeah, it didn't get it clean. I actually put the rake down 2 full turns more than we usually do. Almost as dusty as when I was cutting this. Not really. But unfortunately, as you can tell, it's a little bouncy. Rakes bounce, rakes this shit. Gotta put it down enough to get that out of for the teeth off. So some of that I'm hoping she can pick up with the baler. Go around and grab the heavier spots anyway. And showed you this the other day, may as well show you again. They still got a hell of a nice antique out there. But their new building over there, it doesn't look like they've done anything to it. And I mean, I'm not real sure when it was that I cut this, but I know it was over a week ago. Yep, rolling through here again. Throwing a bunch of shit back on the fenders. I mentioned they push it to the ditch. Well, sometimes they get it all the way in the ditch. Other times, no, they don't. But then nobody will drive over to the edge of the road, which is over there at least another foot. And I'm on the edge of their pile, and there's barely room for a small car to get between me and the other pile. Makes it interesting when you meet people. Especially little cars, because they think we should get off the road. I'm sorry, I'm not getting off the road. They're supposed to be out of my way. says equipment, trucks, then cars. That's what the state says. So, anyway, yeah, almost home. I'd be home by now if it wasn't for, 3/4 of a mile of half throttle, low gear. Finished lunch. Finished lunch. Waiting for Becky to come back in. Ty's filling up her tractor. Then we're going to go make some bales. But I just thought I'd show you. So peaceful. Oh boy. We're getting lots here. This will be my second one. This should be the last of the grass, and they're actually both pretty good looking bales. And of course that one gets halfway up and spins out. Go figure. That one looks like it's oats on this end. And yeah, I know, freaking dirty. I wasn't this dusty when I raked. But she's running the pickup all the way down. I should tell her to bump it up a little because I can see where she's digging dirt. Hey, bump your pickup up just a touch. We usually do, but she's trying to get down and catch everything. And that bale looks like it's gonna. That bale just broke. Go figure. Well, I kind of wondered. This stuff is drier than a popcorn fart. There's two broken bales. That's good. They're so,
she can pick us up. She can put a pinky butt in the car seat.
It's so dry that they just explode when they get out of the chamber. So
I picked up my
you really want to hear what she says.
I still missed a whole bunch in that fucking corner up there.
Anyway, so yeah, Becky's gonna come get us because there ain't no sense in driving this shit back and forth. Come up a little early in the morning, even if it's too wet, we'll put it in a bale anyway because it'll dry. Already too friggin' hot to be out here anyway. Well, there we go. See, there are some of them side hill machines around here. He's leaned pretty good. That's a hell of a hill. Trust me, I know, I've been on it before. It kind of matches what we got, which is right on the other side up there on top. That's the kind of stuff that a few years ago Tyler was trying to go up and down with our machine. It don't go sideways on that stuff too good. And look, hey, yeah, Becky's here.
Do you want to see me make the corner?
Yeah, we may as well. I'll even zoom in a little. It'll stay.
Get a car coming
It'll focus. See how lean he was?
See how lean he is.
Now it's going back the other way.
Sorry, that's how you
He's
get
got
people.
a beeper on the back of his.
Since it's too dry to bale, I'm in second place against BCP Farming and Trucking with finished baling today. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Gotta have some place to put that rake. Y'all remember last year it was here where the bikes are. And the bikes got shoved back here just because they had to get out of the other barn for a while. And they may eventually end up back up there. But trying to remember how far that rake was in here, and I think it was up to about here. It ain't short, which means I'd have to get two bikes out of here anyway, and then that may or may not leave room to walk through here. But if I do that, we may or may not have room to walk through here. By the time the little baler gets in here, I mean, I will hold it over as tight to the tongue as I can, but yeah, it might be over in here too far. So, wondering about some of this shit. There's a bunch of shit here, quite frankly. I mean, I got a generator that Brooke picked up from her last employer. Little owning engine needs probably all new gaskets and seals. And then we either got to get a propane tank or get a carburetor for it. That used to have a bunch of my tools and stuff in it when we moved. It's full of those now, with the exception of, I think, those two, which the rats and squirrels have been into that top one, and they've taken shavings into the housing on the generator. But I think the rake is narrow enough, if I move all this stuff out, I can hold it tight this way. and still put stuff on the other side of it. That bucket, however, probably won't fit with it. Although it might sit beside the tongue. Probably over far enough to sit beside the tongue. And that's what we use for feeding little bales when we have to feed them in the big feeders. Just thrown together. It works. About due for a new chunk of plywood in it. And of course my new tires for the skid steer, which we're getting closer to having to put those on. Kind of biding my time on that one too. Auger for unloading trucks. Well, hell, we haven't used it in 2 years now. I don't know what to do with it either. Fencing trailer. Sitting here on a flat tire. I want to take it up and put some of that tire eject in that tire and see if we can make it hold air. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff I just don't need to be anyway. Really don't need to be in here. But if I do that, I gotta pull another gate out and move the one we've got leaning against it, which goes in between the two bullpens later. Since we took it out so the heifers had room to eat. And near as I can figure with what we got left for big bales to bring in, that bay will be clear full, and the sprayer and the 175 might have to move because it might be full in front of the versatile too. Just going off what I remember we got. And since we ain't baling, Ty's taking off early. She's got a friend that's got to deliver some goats to some people, and she wanted some help, so that's what she's gonna go do. And so I just got to figure out where to put stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff in here probably don't need to be here either. Rake will fit under this. It would fit, but I still got to find some place to put stuff. Spare tire for the baler. Buckets and stuff full of hydraulic components. Hay tarps. Manure spreader sides, which we don't have the manure spreader for anymore because we scrapped it. It's good material. Does it need to be in here? Probably not. I just really don't have any place else to put it. Story of my life. And ag bags. I guess we only got a box and a half left of those. And underneath them is, I don't know how many cases of framing nails. More hydraulic stuff. And in case you're wondering, the ag bags, that's what all those white plastic is. When we did round bales, we did haylage. And when we quit doing haylage, I had no use for a pallet full of bags anymore. But there is a really good use for it. Hell of a great vapor barrier. And I can tell on my dad, I'm guilty of it too, to an extent. He was hard on them. I lay them down as I need them. And I laid some extras in here because I took them out of there. Most of what I took off laid here waiting to get bales put on it. Bad thing is the wind blows and screws them up, like this front one's already flipped over. But the holes in them, Dad would, I got to cut twine back then, he'd dump them in the feeder. And we were feeding anywhere from 4 to 10 big bales a day. Well, he'd get his bales and just keep driving on the plastic instead of moving the plastic out of the way. And I've done some of those rips because when I'm in here trying to shift one sideways with the skid steer, it happens. There's a bunch of these that are tore up pretty good. There's 2 bags there because they're both kind of ripped up, but they're not bad enough to throw away, but they're not good enough. And I think this one has an extra one underneath it too. This back edge, we get a lot of moisture underneath because ground level is about there, but it is sloped away and ditched. And of course the frickin' squirrels and the rats, they haven't helped anything. They dig holes up into it. I actually found where one year the squirrels had shoved rocks up between the second and third bales. because they dug out underneath them. Freaking messy buggers. So anyway, yeah. I know I ain't gonna have room in this barn for the rakes. I got other stuff I gotta try to cram over here. Kind of wish that combine header wasn't here, and that little traveler. We don't use that one. We did use it last year a little bit, I guess. But, you know, it's more of a hassle to use. Cable pull, soft hose. Got to have a tractor and PTO to roll the hose up. One of the best things we ever did, though, we scrapped the big gun. Big traveler, and put the gun on it. Bigger gun. This had one of the ones with the little trips and a flapper underneath. So when it got to the end, it came back really fast. Yeah, you don't lean on it like this to reach down to adjust something and have that sucker hit. That thumb was flat for about 2 weeks once, long time ago. And Dad kind of grazed himself in the head with it once. That's when we disabled that feature on the old one. So anyway, that's probably enough for a video. So I probably gonna get any more. It's already like 87 or 88 degrees out. And she really didn't get much of a moisture reading on that hay up there. The 2 bales that came out, they just flat blew up. That's just too freaking dry. So that may get baled first thing in the morning with a good dew on it. I don't care if the bales weigh 120 pounds. At least I can handle them then.